On February the 28th, 2025, at Fuji-Q Highland in the Yamanashi Prefecture, a routine inspection of one of the park's most extreme attractions took a sudden and tragic turn. Eejanaika, the world's second ever fourth dimension roller coaster and a centerpiece of the park since 2006, was undergoing its scheduled maintenance when something went terribly wrong. Witnesses reported confusion among staff, a ride vehicle unexpectedly moving, and emergency crews rushing to the scene. By the end of the day, the incident had drawn national attention, and one man was dead. So what exactly happened that day? Well, let's talk about it. This is the infamous Eejanaika roller coaster disaster, the death of Iori Kamura. Fuji-Q Highland, located in Fuji-Yoshida City at the base of Mount Fuji, opened in 1968 and has since grown into one of Japan's most prominent amusement parks. The park covers roughly 50 acres and offers a mix of roller coasters, thrill rides, family attractions and seasonal events. While smaller than some major international parks, Fuji-Q Highland has earned a reputation for innovative coaster design and mechanically complex attractions, drawing visitors not only from Japan, but across the world. Over the decades, the park has added several notable rides. Fujiyama, which opened in 1996, was once the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the world, reaching a height of 79 meters and speeds of up to 130 kilometers per hour. Takabisha, introduced in 2011, features a record-breaking vertical drop of 121 degrees, making it one of the steepest roller coasters in the world. Another ride, Dodonpa, opened in 2001 and was famous for its extreme acceleration, launching riders from 0 to 180 km per hour in just 1.56 seconds. Although this one was later shut down due to a few incidents, which, although not common at Fuji-Q, have happened in the past. For example, that ride often had complaints about how dangerous it was. Many people would leave the coaster with minor injuries. Some even broke bones. In 2021, they closed the ride in hopes of changing it so that they could reopen, but in 2024, it was announced that the roller coaster would be closed for good. The Eejanaika roller coaster, which is the focus of today's video, was no stranger to mishaps either, and on the day of the incident, the roller coaster was shut down for routine maintenance. Eejanaika opened in 2006 and is one of the world's few fourth dimension roller coasters, where seats rotate independently of the track to produce flips and inversions whilst the train moves along its course. Manufactured by S&S, Sansei Technologies, the ride stands at 76 meters tall, reaches speeds of up to 126 km per hour, and features multiple inversions and raven turns that flip riders forward and backward simultaneously. The design allows for a highly dynamic ride experience, with the seats rotation adding an unpredictable element each run. In many ways, the Eejanaika can be seen as a carbon copy of Six Flags Magic Mountain's X2. X2, which opened in 2002, has been covered on my channel in the past, with the death of Christopher Hawley back in 2022. The Eejanaika roller coaster operates on a steel track with 4 trains, each consisting of 4 cars with 4 seats per car. Riders are secured with over-the-shoulder restraints and seatbelts. Rides at this park are complex, and the park employs specialised maintenance teams to inspect these rides regularly, following detailed procedures. Staff are trained to follow strict protocols, including powering down systems, engaging mechanical brakes, and coordinating inspections among multiple employees. Despite these precautions, the technical demands of the park's attractions make maintenance work both critical and challenging, requiring constant attention to detail and rigorous adherence to safety procedures. In 2007, a year after the roller coaster had opened, routine maintenance was being done on the roller coaster when an employee found himself caught under one of the moving vehicles after it unexpectedly set off. I couldn't find any further information about this incident. 5 years later, another incident hit the ride when a bolt snapped loose mid-run and struck a guest walking underneath. The injuries were minor, but serious enough for the park to shut down the roller coaster for months whilst they scrambled to put fixes in place. When it reopened, several changes had been made. The walkway where the accident happened was closed off, Riders were now required to remove their shoes, and carrying cameras or recording gear on the ride was banned altogether. The idea was simple: limit the risks and make sure nothing like the Bolt incident could happen again, but the worst was yet to come. This brings us to February the 28th, 2025, where a routine inspection of the roller coaster was taking place. There were reportedly 11 members of the team working on the ride at the same time, including a 29-year-old employee named Iori Kamura. It was approximately 11:50 AM, and he was working underneath the ride, which was stationary. Suddenly, much like the incident in the past, the ride started up without notice and rolled over his lower abdomen, leaving him trapped between the rails and the vehicle. Police reports indicate that Kamura suffered severe injuries to his lower back and other parts of his body, and the cause of death was determined to be a hemorrhagic shock. Fuji-Q Highland's internal inspection manual requires that power be turned off before any work is carried out, and that employees contact the power supply by radio and sound a buzzer before moving a vehicle. However, the train was in a powered state at the time of the accident, which means safety procedures were not followed. The scene was chaotic, as his co-workers rushed to him to see if they could help, but it was no use. The injuries were far too severe. Emergency services were called and rushed to the scene, but he died shortly after being transported to hospital. The ride was then shut down by authorities, and an investigation was launched. Following the February 28th accident at Fuji-Q Highland, authorities in the park launched investigations into how Iori Kamura was fatally crushed between the Eejanaika train and the rails during the inspection. It wasn't long before they found out what happened. When he was working, a colleague inadvertently activated the train. Preliminary findings suggest the manual buzzer, which is required to alert staff that a train was moving, was not sounded. The employee responsible for starting up the train was interviewed by police, where he said, "I was distracted whilst talking about work with a colleague. I didn't realise someone was there, so I pressed the start button. I didn't sound the buzzer." This led to the Yamanashi Prefecture police to question employees and management on suspicion of professional negligence resulting in death, examining potential liability. Meanwhile, Fuji-Q Highland reportedly reached a settlement with his family, providing compensation whilst the investigation continued. To this day, the company has maintained limited public comment, stating only that it will cooperate fully with the authorities. In response to the tragedy, Fuji-Q Highland implemented a new lockout system to prevent vehicles from being activated during inspections, and retrained all employees on updated safety protocols. The park reported the incident to the Labour Standards Inspection Office and other authorities, and undertook a comprehensive review of inspection procedures. The then president of the company resigned on April the 1st, taking responsibility for the accident. After confirming that the new measures were in place, the park announced that Eejanaika would reopen on May the 1st, 2025, emphasising that the safety of both staff and visitors remain their top priority. Whether criminal charges were ever filed or ever will be filed for the employees responsible, I'm not sure. Considering the incident happened in Japan, where they take safety very seriously, I would put my money that criminal charges will be brought further down the line. This incident only happened in February of this year, so we will have to wait and see. All of the sources and information I could get for this video was translated from Japanese news articles, so it was quite difficult to find information on it, so if anyone has any update of the case, please make sure to let me know in the comments below and I will pin it. May Iori Kamura rest in peace. As always, this is not an AI channel, I do everything myself, and if you appreciate my work, subscribe, and if you want to go the extra step to support the channel, maybe consider becoming a member. Let me know what you thought about this case in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.